Most dentists will redo the work if it fails at no charge. We want the dentist to be compensated for the chair time. And this is why we created a dental warranty. You can be the best doctor, but if you cannot sell your work and articulate your dentistry, you'll never make any money. No company on planet Earth does warranties out of the goodness of their heart.
I'd like to welcome Max Zanan. Thank you so much, Max, for coming in and speaking to us at the Wealthy Dentist Podcast today. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, great, great, great. We're glad to have you because I think this information, and we spoke, over a year or so ago about this subject. Um, and I'm glad I'm having this conversation with you again. Um, this is definitely something I think dentists need to know about, and they need to really, really sink their teeth in it, take a little time to save some money and make more money. First of all, could you tell us a little bit about you and what got you into the dentist world?
So, you'd probably be surprised, but I honestly have nothing to do with dentistry.
Yeah.
I have been warranting cars, motorcycles, boats, recreational vehicles,
Mhm.
electronics for the last 25 years.
Okay.
And at some point, I realized that for some unexplainable reason, when you go to a dentist, and it doesn't matter whether you spend $200 or $20,000. There is no warranty on the work.
Mhm.
Meaning, most dentists will redo the work if it fails at no charge.
Mhm.
And they somehow call it an in-house warranty. And this is not an in-house warranty. If you open up a dictionary, right? Goodwilling and eating the cost and losing chair time is not a warranty.
Totally agree. Totally in agreement with you. Definitely a hidden loss, obvious loss, which should be an obvious loss, but definitely a huge loss, a wealth transfer in it. That time is all we have in terms of wealth. I mean, it's one of our major wealth pieces. And yeah, that hit the nail right on the head. Can you continue, please?
So when we talk about warranties, right, let's look at it from the perspective of a consumer. You and I are consumers. So right now, you are video recording this podcast, and I'm sure you bought some fancy video equipment for that. So the question is, would you buy this equipment if it didn't come with a factory warranty?
No, no, not at all. It wouldn't be in my best interest to do.
Okay, so now let's say you're a dentist, right? And you need to get an X-ray machine. Would you buy this machine for 25 or $50,000 if it didn't come with a factory warranty?
No.
Okay, I'll give you another example. You buy a refrigerator for $2,000. Would you buy it without a factory warranty?
All of the above. Absolutely not.
Exactly. So why should I go to your dental practice and spend $10,000 on two implants and hope for the best as the patient?
Doesn't make sense.
Exactly. So the idea of the warranty is nothing new. It's nothing extraordinary. And I'll tell you more. The fact that the warranty comes with the product, whatever the product is, does not diminish the quality of the product. It increases the quality of the product.
Yes.
For example, let's say you're very successful and you're willing to drop $500,000 on a Rolls Royce. I promise you that Rolls Royce is handcrafted and has superior quality to any other vehicle on planet Earth. But still, it comes with a factory warranty,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't mean that this Rolls Royce is bad, right?
Mhm.
It means that they stand behind their work and they want you to be comfortable before you make a purchasing decision.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if I'm a dental practice owner And what I learned is that dentistry is ultra competitive,
Oh yeah.
right? There are 200,000 practicing dentists in the United States,
Mhm.
which literally means that there's a dentist on every corner, right? So if I'm the patient and I have a choice between going to dentist A, B, C, or D, I think I would go to the one that's going to say, hey, Max, I stand behind my work. No, what? It doesn't need to be an expensive work. It could be regular filling for $200, but I stand behind it. And if anything goes wrong, come back to me and I will redo it at no charge. Now, unfortunately, this is exactly what the dentists say,
Yes.
right? Then they
Yes.
just eat the cost.
Yes.
You and I are here talking about something different. We don't want the dentist to eat the cost. We want the dentist to be compensated for the chair time. So that goodwilling goes away. And instead of being a loss on the profit and loss statement, now it's just a normal reimbursement for their chair time. And this is why we created a dental warranty. So our dental warranty covers every single procedure except for hygiene and teeth extractions because we don't know how to warranty those. If you tell us how to do it, we'll do it. And we warranty each and every procedure for 5 years for the entire dollar amount that the patient spent on the procedure. Now, there are good things built into this warranty. For example, first of all, if you offer a warranty and you don't keep it a secret, right? You broadcast it.
Gotta
You
market
put
it.
it on your socials, you put it on your website,
Yes.
and you say, hey, unlike my competitors, I stand behind my work in writing, right? That's number one. So you're going to get more patients logically, right? Because any reasonable patient, given a choice, will go to a dental practice that offers a dental warranty. Second benefit, in order for the patient to keep the warranty active, we want them to go back to the dentist for regular checkups. So the dentist gets to decide what the intervals are. Most people prefer every 6 months, but sometimes it could be every 12 months, every 9 months. So we bring the patient back into the dental practice. Another benefit is that, again, given a choice of a procedure with or without a warranty, the treatment plan acceptance rate goes up with a warranty. It's common sense, right? The same way you wouldn't buy that x-ray machine without a warranty. Why would a patient agree to any work without a legitimate in writing warranty? Another benefit is that all the negative online reviews and the stressful conversations with patients go away because you stand behind your work, right? You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to say, well, let's split the lab fee, maybe let's split the whole thing 50-50. There's no need for that. You just say, hey, no problem. It failed. Come in tomorrow. I will take care of it. So now the doctor looks like a hero. Instead of negative online reviews, you get positive online reviews. All the peer review cases go away, right? Because the patient is covered. Now, I'll tell you more. There's a huge problem with the in-house warranty that dentists currently offer. So let's say you are the dentist, right? And I come in and you do whatever, $20,000 worth of work. And you really tell me, hey, Max, no matter what happens in the next 5 years, if it breaks, I will take care of it. And you mean it. There's no catch. Here's the problem. What if I move to another state?
That's the
What
problem.
if I'm on vacation?
You have to fly in or you have to fly there.
Right, right. So that warranty is no longer portable.
Mhm.
Another example, what if you retire in the middle of the warranty period?
Hmm.
What am I supposed to do? So our warranty is portable, meaning that it's good anywhere in America. However, we want the patient to go back to you, to the dentist that did the procedure. So if the patient happens to be within 100-mile radius of your dental practice and they want to file a claim, we will ask them to go back to you. And we do it for two reasons. First, so you can solidify your relationship with the patient. Second, so we can pay the claim back to your practice. But again, life happens. If the patient moved to another state or they're on vacation, they're free to go to any dental practice in America. There are no limitations. There is no network. They go anywhere they want to go, and we will pay the claim to that dental practice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So you paid it and you paid the claim to that dental practice. Does the uh, um, does the dentist before then, the prior dentist, does he get any dollars off those dollars that the
no, again, if the patient is within a 100-mile radius, then the
yeah.
patient goes back to the originating dentist and they get the whole reimbursement. So let's say if you spend $5,000 on an implant and you need it redone, we will reimburse that doctor $5,000 to redo that implant.
Okay. So then I don't know. Maybe that's something that a dentist could work out because I'm sure they have collaborative processes in place where they refer a dentist, I mean, a patient to a dentist they know in another
Exactly.
place.
Exactly. So let's say you did your implants in Florida and
Yeah.
now you're on a business trip in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So you call your dentist in Florida and you say, "Hey, doctor, can you refer me to a specialist in Las Vegas?"
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Think of it this way. If you have dental insurance,
Mhm.
you get a crown every 5 years.
Okay.
So let's say you need a crown and
Mhm.
you go to a dentist with your dental insurance, and they do the work, and then that crown fails 4 years later. You will call your dental insurance company and they will happily deny the claim, right? Because you only get one every 5 years. Now you have a dental protection group warranty. You have nothing to worry about,
That sounds good.
right? So that's the unfortunate reality. Another unfortunate reality, and I really have to drive this point home. When you go to a dental school, you come out a really good dentist. There's no question about it. But there are absolutely no business administration courses offered by dental schools. So when the dentist decides to open a practice, and that's a small business, no different than any other small business,
Mhm.
you need to be able to negotiate a lease, you need to be able to market, you need to be able to recruit and retain talent. And unfortunately, dental school does not prepare you for that. And you end up spinning wheels
For a long time sometimes.
or learning on the job.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you already have dental school loan. You probably took out a practice loan, right? And you are pulling your hair out because you have no idea how to run a business. You could listen, you could be the best doctor in the world, right? But you also have to have an idea how to run a business. So now let's take this in the context of a dental warranty. If you open a brand new business, your job, no matter what the business is to get customers,
Mhm.
right? So if you stand behind your work, you're going to get patients because your competition doesn't stand behind the work, right? Acquiring patients is great, but retaining patients is even better, right? A dental warranty can help you retain patients because they got to go back to you for checkups in order to keep the warranty active. You can be the best doctor, but if you cannot sell your work and articulate your dentistry, you'll never make any money. But if again you offer a warranty for 5 years for every single procedure, it's much easier for your patients to say yes, whether it's a $200 crown or a $100,000 full mouth restoration. Another benefit is that any business in the 21st century needs five-star Google reviews. We no longer trust each other, right? So if I call you and say, "Hey, Ward, can you recommend me a doctor?" You're gonna say, "Yeah, yeah, go see, Dr. Johnson." Maybe I will, but then I'm gonna Google Dr. Johnson, right? And if Dr. Johnson has 3.5 or 4-star reviews, as opposed to 5-star reviews, I might not go.
Mhm.
Right? So you can get 5-star reviews if you incorporate dental warranty into your workflow. So in that sense, uh, I really wish dental schools did a better job preparing dentists for the real world. And I think the fact that there is a huge consolidation when DSOs acquire private practices, that's a reflection of the fact that privately owned dental practices are failing at running the business.
Hmm. Yeah, I never really considered that as a reason why. That's an interesting point, though. Yeah. You have any statistics on that?
Well, think about it this way, let's say you're struggling with the business aspect of the operation and the DSO knocks on your door and they say, Ward, we're going to take care of advertising. We're going to take care of the software. We're going to take care of hiring and firing support staff, right? All you got to do is just do dentistry.
Hmm.
We're going to put you on the employment contract. Instead of an owner, you'll be a minority partner or a W-2 employee for the
Wow.
next 5 years. And you say, hey, you know, all the stress goes away. I can concentrate and focus on my dentistry.
Yeah.
You're going to give up a lot of money doing it, but that's the reality.
Yeah. So if I'm Ward Powell, DMD, I've started my shop somewhere in the most busiest place in America. I got people all around me, as you mentioned. I got dentists next door, dentists down the street. What would you say? I mean, because I know, and although I know you're not into marketing, but you know, as it relates to uh, the dental protection group, what would you say would be a good one-liner for a dentist, the Ward Powell DMD Happy Smiles and dental group? What do you think would be a call to action for people that's strolling by?
Well, think of it this way. No matter who you are, right? We all know what a warranty is, but we never think of it when it comes to dentistry from the patient's perspective.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So if you're a WordPal DMD next door and you put in your website that you actually use the word warranty, right? And say, hey, I warranty everything. I stand behind everything I do. That's how much I love my patients, and that's how much I'm confident in my skills. And there are no gotchas.
Yeah, because I don't actually ever see anything like that posted when I'm looking up dentists.
Right,
I have
right.
a line.
Nobody does that. I'll give you a better one. I had dinner with a dentist and I asked them, let's say if they did something, whatever, crown, implant, and it fails, and I go back to them, what would happen?
Yeah.
And this is what they told me. This is the truth, right? They said, if I like you, I will redo it.
Oh,
That's ultra subjective,
oh,
right? But what if they don't like me,
you in trouble.
right? Right? What if they don't like me?
You got to come out of your pocket as a client.
Exactly. So, and again, going back to any item that you bought in your life, whether it was a $500 item or a $50,000 item, all of those items came with a warranty.
Hmm.
And that was the primary buying decision. I can't give you a better example than Kia or Hyundai, right? It's the same company, they both offer 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty
Hmm.
on each and every vehicle that they produce. And that's the only company in the world that does that.
Hmm.
So, for example, if you buy a Toyota or a Honda or a Nissan, it comes with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty.
Wow, that is
So the
unique.
only reason to buy a Kia or a Hyundai is that warranty. And their market share keeps growing every year.
Mm.
So that's the proof in the pudding,
I,
but it gets better, meaning that dentists do a phenomenal job when it comes to dental procedures. So these dental procedures do not fail often. So that means there should be a lot of money left over after claims are paid, right? From the warranty premiums. So what exists currently in dentistry is that we're not the only warranty provider in the space. We have competitors. And the way it works now, dentist sells the warranty to the patient, pays the premium for the warranty to the warranty company, and then if there is a claim, warranty company pays the claim. This is a very straightforward relationship. And it's a good one. However, because we come from other industries, this is an extremely antiquated relationship,
oh,
meaning that since dentists do a very good job and claims are very rare, that means that all the money left over in the current situation remains with the warranty company and becomes their profit.
okay.
Other industries, whether automotive, electronics, home builders, uh, are much more sophisticated. And they also know that warranty claims are rare. And they're not willing to leave the money left over after claims are paid on the table. They want that money back. So when we came into the market, we said we're going to do it three different ways. If you want to do it the traditional way and just pay us for the warranty premiums and we're going to cover the claims and we're going to keep all the money left over, that works for me. If you want to be much, more sophisticated, what we do is that we can give you money back either on a monthly or annual basis for the money left over after claims are paid. So you get an extra revenue stream.
That's annually.
We can do it monthly or annually.
Well, yeah.
And then, but we give it back to you. So let's say you're the owner of the dental practice. So we would write you a check or do a wire transfer to your practice. So you would take in this income as ordinary income and you would have to pay taxes on it. And then we have the most sophisticated way of doing it where we can give you the money back after, all the money left over after claims are paid, but that money would not be subject to income tax. And at the same time, that money would earn investment income.
I like
So we
doing
have three ways of doing it. And the easiest way to understand for your listeners is this: Apple Care. Apple Care is a warranty for the iPhone.
it.
So iPhone fails as rarely as a dental procedure.
But I have application.
Okay. So all the money, let me ask you a trick question. Who do you think owns Apple Care?
I would think Apple does.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Because the claims are so low. So people like you and I and millions of other people pay for Apple Care. And they do pay claims, right? That they're not going to screw
They
you
do.
if you file
They
a
do.
claim.
I've had a situation
Yeah.
with my
But the claims are very few and far between, right? So all the money left over after claims are paid belongs to Apple Care.
Mm,
So why not have an Apple Care of your own for your dental practice?
yes.
It's that simple.
Okay, then okay, we got a door A, B, and C. So door A, I would assume is cheaper than door B. And door C or door B is cheaper than C.
So think of it this way. If you're just starting out, right? You have just opened your doors. Maybe you go with an option A just to get more patients, right? As you grow your business, you can always switch from option A to option B, or you can start with option B right away, right? So option A, when you just pay us for the warranty, the cost of the warranty is 10% of the cost of the dental procedure.
Okay.
So if you're charging $1,000 for a crown, now you will charge 1,100. On an option B, where we give you money back,
But you
right? All the money left over after claims are paid, our advice is to charge 12%. It's the same coverage. The coverage doesn't get better or worse, meaning that we do cover every single procedure for the entire dollar amount that the patient spent on it. So the coverage doesn't change. The reason we advise you to charge 12% on the plan B is because there'll be more money left over for you, right? Simple math.
yeah.
And on the plan C, and that we only recommend for larger practices that grows no less than, $1.5 million a year.
Okay.
We recommend that they do 15% of the cost of the dental procedure. That would be the cost of the warranty. And get all the tax benefits, get all the investment income, and build this 401k plan on steroids. Because at the end of the day, this is what people don't understand. No company on planet Earth does warranties out of the goodness of their heart. Okay? They do it for two reasons. First, to get more customers, and second, warranty business is a money-making machine. And if your dental practice offers dental warranties on all of your procedures consistently, year after year, there will be a point in time, and that point in time usually comes around year 8, 9, or 10, where your warranty portfolio will be worth more than your business.
Mm.
And that's why people do it.
As a person that want to get involved, what are the steps?
So you go to our website, dentalprotectiongroup.com, and you'll be able to schedule a demo. And again, if this was any other industry, there'd be no need for a demo because the business owners would know what we're talking about. But since this is brand new to dentistry, we want the dental practice owner to schedule a demo so we can explain all the benefits. And it's either going to be me or my partner explaining it to them. And then we're going to give them the three options. Because the fourth option, right, is what they're doing now,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they have actually a choice of one out of four,
Yeah.
right? They can continue doing what they're doing now and just lose money,
Mhm.
or they can find a better way.
And
And once we explain it to them, they can literally start selling warranties the next day.
So really, option A is like option four, then, right?
Well, option A is still better than option four because when you just goodwill, you're going to lose money, right?
Mhm.
But option A will still pay you for the chair time.
Right, exactly. But I was thinking in terms of
You would get no money left over after claims are paid.
someone that had an actual competitor plan, not not a word of mouth type of plan, but a competitor plan. What's the difference again?
Well, there's no difference. But the problem is that most dentists, and again, I don't want to sound crazy, right? Most dentists do not offer a third party warranty plan, whether from us or from our competitors. Most dentists offer an in-house warranty where
Okay.
they just eat the cost.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. If they could curb their cost, they would
But
have.
don't forget, we're not asking the dentist to absorb the cost of the warranty, right?
Right.
We're asking the dentist to pass it on to the patient. So it doesn't cost the doctor anything. And then if the procedure fails and the patient is back, the doctor gets reimbursed at full pop. It's a win-win.
So just by doing, a tooth extraction or an implant or something along those lines, you up your cost 10% if they wanted to take the A, 12% if they wanted to take the B, and 15% if they wanted to take. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And at the end of the day, when I speak to dentists, so this is really funny. So if you ever bought a new car or a used car, you shopped around, right?
Mhm.
You went on every website, you did your research. It could literally take you 6 months, especially if you're like planning to buy it in 6 months, right? So doctors are under the impression that patients do the same thing when they look for a dentist. And that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. When you have a toothache, okay, you don't have 6 months to research. You don't have 6 minutes to research, right? I'll give you another perspective. You know how car salespeople have like a terrible reputation?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, I think they're like on the same level as Congress people. So when they pitch you a warranty, you're kind of hesitant,
Yeah,
right?
that's after the salesperson. Then you go
Right.
to the office where the office manager is, and they're
That's
hitting
right.
you forever with these warranties and this and that, car service, this, tire service, that. I'm like, oh my goodness, man, stop.
Right. So you're hesitant because you don't trust them.
Yeah,
Now, now, imagine you're not in a car dealership, you're
right,
in a dental chair,
right,
you're in, you're vulnerable, your mouth is open. And
right.
the doctor, not the used car slimy salesperson, a doctor tells you, my suggestion is to get a warranty. What are you going to say? Of course I will.
Yeah,
Because the trust between the patient and the doctor is not like between you and the salesperson in a car dealership.
that's right. Wow. Pennies
I'll
to a
tell you more. I'll tell you more. Because this is such a brand new concept for dentistry. And again, everything you and I are talking about today has been in existence for the last 50 years. This is
Mm.
nothing, right? So all of the dental practices out there could have been doing it for the last 50 years. They don't need you or me for that. But for some reason, they haven't done it. So we actually put together an advisory board of key opinion leaders.
Okay.
So if you go on our website and you click on the advisory board, you will see Dr. Michael Gelb, who's a world famous dentist who specializes in TMJ dentistry. He also teaches at NYU Dental School. We have Dr. Len Tao, who is a very well-known dentist in the United States. We have Raymond James, the investment bank, on our advisory board. We have an accounting, CPA firm that can help the dentist understand all the benefits when it comes to tax advantages. So I don't want you to take my word for it. If any of your listeners want to ask questions, we will connect them to these key opinion leaders and they can speak to them directly.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds great. That sounds wonderful. So, you've spoke on a lot here, and it's a lot to digest. Um, and actually, door A, B, and C is pretty straightforward. You know, it's I would. So, what would you say again that the like a person that's interested? Oh, yeah, you did say that. You said that if I'm just starting, A, if I'm so what oh, here it is. B, where would I have to be at B? Somewhere in the middle, six, 700,000?
I think so. I think so. Once you cross that Rubicon of a million, 1.5 million, $2 million in gross receipts a year,
Yeah,
we can really expedite this with tax benefits and investment income.
yeah,
And that concept is actually called reinsurance.
yeah,
And just to give you an example of how powerful the concept of reinsurance is, there was this gentleman by the name of Tom Benson.
right,
And maybe a lot of you listeners know who he is. He was a very well-known car dealer in New Orleans. And he reinsured all of his warranties, meaning that he kept all the money left over after claims are paid plus investment income, and he did not have to pay income tax on the money left over after claims are paid. And one day in 1985, he took all that money, and guess what he did with it?
right.
He bought New Orleans Saints.
Oh my goodness.
And if you Google New Orleans Saints, Benson family still owns it since 1985.
Oh my God.
That's the power of reinsurance.
Yeah. No taxation. Um, you got possibly compound annual growth, depending on where your money is being invested. Uh, that is and then you're making sure that your clients are taken care of. That's a
Yeah,
win-win. That is a win-win. So there's information that a person that's interested in getting involved with the dental protection group on your website, if they wanted to talk to you directly, how would they get in contact with you?
I am always available. You know that. I get back to your emails immediately. My email address is max@dentalprotectiongroup.com, or they can call me on my cell phone. I think I'm one of the last Mohegans that actually answers the phone, right? Because most people send you to voicemail.
Mhm.
So my phone number is 917-903-0312. And that's my phone number. It's not like a secretary is going to answer the phone. It's going to be me.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, that's totally old school.
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
any?
But sometimes, listen, I honestly don't get it. People spend $1,500 for an iPhone and then, they just text, right? They never use the phone. It's still a phone.
Yeah, it is. It really. And right, I like using my phone. I like
Right.
people and I like people speaking to me. I totally agree. So, have we left anything out, Max? What I mean, what would you say? Where is there any information, any extra information that you would kind of
Listen, the only thing I'm going to say to close this out is that any option except for what you're currently doing is better, right? Because good willing sounds good on paper,
yeah.
but it costs you money and it gives no guarantee to the patient because you can retire, you can sell your practice, or the patient can move, and there's nothing they can do with that in-house warranty.
And your warranties last for 5 years or more.
5 years.
And if they wanted to re-up, could they do that? If they wanted to,
So actually, what we do for the larger practices that do big volume,
yeah.
we can customize the warranty and actually make it longer. We can make it 7 years, 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's an important piece.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Because when you're dealing with implants, I mean, like you said, these doctors, they know what they're doing, but you might run into a problem 7, 8 years down the road. Who knows? And if
yeah.
that,
I mean, listen, a dentist told me, right, that a mouth is the most toxic environment in the human body. So you can be the best doctor in the world, right? But honestly, you cannot predict what's going to happen,
right.
right? Maybe I smoke.
Hmm.
Maybe I don't.
Hmm.
Maybe I brush my teeth twice a day. Maybe once a day.
Hmm.
Maybe once a week. Right?
Yes. Yeah, I know there's people like that out there, right? Oh my goodness. Wow, Max, thank you so much for coming in and giving this important message to the dental community. They definitely need it. Um, I don't know if there's any cheat sheets or anything like that that you can that you have available on the website. I would encourage everyone listening to take a look at the Dental Protection Group's website. Max is always available. He's left us with his phone number and email address. So there's really no excuse for you not to have a conversation with Max.
Yeah.
At least have the office manager take a look at it and see if it makes sense.
Exactly. Listen, and remember, whether you go with plan A or plan B, there is no cost to start, right? Like you can stop anytime. We're not locking you into
Very
some
important.
kind of
Yeah.
long-term contract. There's no initial investment. We provide the portal, we provide the training, we adjudicate claims. And this is a very important point.
Mm.
When you file a claim, we pay claims the same day over the phone with a credit card. So your office manager does not have to chase after the money.
So
This is not like, oh, you know how dental insurance works, right? Maybe I'm going to get it,
there's a problem.
maybe I won't,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm only going to find out in 90 days. Here everything's the same day.
That is awesome. So you're getting your money right away. That's very important. That's very important.
On top of it, Ward, we do not require any supporting documents for the claim. To us, the doctor's word that this is a legitimate failure is good enough. No x-rays, no images, no charts, nothing.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, it sounds like Dental Protection Group it has the reinsurance as well.
Of course.
Of course.
It
Oh,
would be crazy. It would be crazy if we didn't, right?
did right? Okay. So man, that really opens up a lot of great doors for dentists. So yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you again for dropping in on us. I'm looking to hear great things because this is a great product.
All right. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, no problem. The Wealthy Dentist podcast is built on connections, opportunities, and meaningful conversations that help jumpstart careers and boost the ROI on your business. Is there a topic you're passionate about or someone in the dental community who should share their story with us. We want to hear from you. Email your suggestions to the Walter Dentist Podcast at gmail.com, and let's create content that informs, inspires, and uplifts the dental world. Your ideas could spark our next big conversation. Let's make it happen. I'm Ward Powell, your host at the Walter Dentist Podcast, thanking you for being a part of our journey.